Hello everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. My name is Claire Candy Hough, and as a licensed Reiki Master Teacher, an angel practitioner, an international radio host, as an author and a writer, I've been given the infinite joy and honor of being able to channel angel messages, in particular from my angelic family who are called the Posse of Angels. Now in today's YouTube video, the Posse of Angels and myself wish to speak about a topic entitled Ask for Your Most Beneficial Life, Not an Easy One. You know, the Posse of Angels asked me, why do humans wish for an easy life? With many in the Posse of Angels never having experienced a physical world and having to be concerned with issues around time and money and material circumstances, I could see how their query was a valid one. Their question was prompted while I was reading a letter from a lady who wrote that she had found the strength to leave a dishonoring relationship, just as I had done many years ago. Explaining that as she was starting over once again, she decided to open up her own healing practice and desired to have a successful business, just like my Angel Healing House. As she is starting her life again, she asked if I had any tips or advice that I could give her to help her live an easy life. What got my attention was the word easy. As I replied to her, I thought, how often do we look at successful people and have a tendency to enviously look at the end result and their successes, while never really taking the time to wonder what the person's journey was like along their way to their success. Now below is the letter I wrote to her. Thank you so much for your email. When I read that you wanted some tips on how to live an easy life, it made me think back over my own journey to where I find myself today. And if there was one word that I would not use to describe my life, it would be easy. Along my journey, I drew to myself an emotionally and mentally abusive marriage for 22 years, in which I allowed myself to be codependent. I became a controlled, silent victim of bullying and abuse. Finding the inner strength to break away from years of this abuse, I chose to only address blame, fault-finding, and seeing myself as a victim instead of healing from within. Because like attracts like, I very quickly drew to myself another controlling bully who entered my life to replace my controlling ex, except this time my boyfriend was much worse. My relationship with a deceitful con man who preyed on the vulnerability and money of newly divorced women had me jumping from the frying pan into the fire. At the end of 4 years together, after which I was left with very little both monetarily and emotionally, I surrendered to God to help me find a way out of my darkness. It was through my spiritual awakening in 2003, through my walk-in experience, that saw me reconnect to my divine, eternal nature. Once I connected to this heavenly aspect within myself, my reality changed to a life of peace and joy, harmony, and overflowing with love. Now, similar to my journey, there are many examples of successful people who have experienced much heartache and harsh conditions, which they endured along their own journey. For instance, the road to Oprah Winfrey's success was littered with countless obstacles as she survived an abusive childhood, race discrimination, and many career setbacks. She was actually fired from her job as a television reporter because she was seen as unfit for TV. Now, another example of a road to success was the inspirational speaker, the writer, and author Maya Angelou, who was very open about the time she spent in her early years as a sex worker. She worked as a prostitute and a madam when she was a struggling single mother. Instead of being ashamed of her past, while she admits that it was not a pleasant time in her life, she respects what she did in order to survive. And with all of these stories that are made public, we get a glimpse into the lives of successful people who modeled to us that it's not just the easy and pleasant events that we experience that deserve our focus. It's everything that is contained in the rich tapestry of our journey that provides us with a full, powerful life, including the highs and the lows, the struggles and challenges, along with our triumphs. And just like these women's stories, along with my own, the course that we chose to navigate and the endurance and firm belief in ourselves through the rough waters of our lives, that made all the difference. It's important to remember that similar to the most accomplished sailors who do not learn how to sail in calm waters, the hardships and challenges we draw to ourselves often leads to our greatness. You know, it's strange to think that in many instances we are who we are because of the challenges and irritations that have tested us. You know, in this regard, the forming of a person's character is similar to the evolution of a pearl within an oyster, as a pearl is the product of pain. You know, the oyster lies in its bed at the bottom of the ocean, and many times it's invaded by a tiny parasite which succeeds in getting into the very heart of the oyster. To combat this parasite, the oyster sends all of its healing resources to the site of the wound to bring about healing. In the healing process, the scar or healed wound becomes a pearl. Where there are no wounded oysters, there are no pearls. You know, it's our challenges that provide us with the opportunities to strengthen and empowering ourselves. For instance, my bullying, abusive ex gave me an opportunity to find my voice and be heard and to stand up for myself and to be independent. The experience of losing my money and material wealth, that allowed me to really appreciate and be grateful for what I have and find the treasure, the wealth, and the riches within myself. And by bravely sharing with the world my angelic walk-in experience, that has taught me to be truthful and honest, courageous and authentic, even if others disagree or do not believe me. You asked me if I had any advice or tips to impart for you to live an easy life. You know, my greatest advice for you is to not ask for an easy life. Ask for God to give you the most beneficial and fulfilling life in which you co-create ways to strengthen your courage, to test your faith, to challenge you to fearlessly hold on to and follow your dreams. For once your dreams come true, it's precisely because of those challenges and hardships suffered along the way that will make the realization of your dreams that much sweeter. I would wish you good luck in starting over again, but you know what? Life is not about luck. It's about firmly establishing your heartfelt intentions and then co-creating with God. By following His signs, both easy and hard, you will allow Him free rein to steer you to your most beneficial life and all the magic, the miracles and synchronicities and blessings that you could possibly wish for. And you know what? If you'd like some help in seeing the fullness and rich tapestry for every aspect of your life, I'd love to help you. You can book your own intuitive counseling and Reiki healing session or book an angel reading with me on 831-277-3716. Or you can email me at candy@angelhealinghouse.com. Until next video, go forth and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.